Lately, I have noticed that people are stressed, they're anxious, they're depressed, they're not sure of what is next. So I want to share one way that I handle that. My name is DeJuan, and you're watching The DeJuan Show. Today, I'm wanting to share with you one of my absolute favorite ways to deal with things that are happening in my life. You know, when I start to feel stressed or overly emotional or just whatever it may be, one of the things that I turn to is journaling. Like I said, it's one of my favorite things. I've done it in some way, shape, or form since I was little. I actually have journals from back when I was in high school, and the things that I wrote, some of them are like hilarious, and then some of them I think are funny because I still feel the same way today. I like having that ability to look back and see that, see where I've grown, but also see like the ways that I'm still the same. Because it just lets me know that that's like a core part of me. So I really enjoy that. I want to talk about like the two ways that I use journaling. The first way are just to kind of like dump my thoughts. So when I start to have like feelings that are coming up, like, I don't know about you, but I'm a person that like my feelings come up and I will become overwhelmed to the point where like I shut down. And because I shut down, I'm like, I don't know how to handle this. But when I started journaling consistently, I was able to go to my journal and just like say everything that I needed to say. So, I have cried on my journal pages. I have literally like screamed while I was writing. Like, I've just written down everything and I will say it like raw and real. When I first started journaling, I was a bit more like, if somebody finds this, like, I don't want to be saying like some wild stuff. But as time goes on, I'm like, there's no point in journaling if I'm not going to be honest and I'm not going to say like the things raw and real, like how I'm actually feeling them. So now I just say it. And I know that like, if somebody were to find my journal, I'm happy to talk about it. I'm happy to explain it all because they were things that I was feeling. And I feel like I'm not the only one who feels that way. So I at this point, I have no shame about like what I journal. Like, it's natural. We all feel things. So I put it there. The analogy that I always give like with journaling is that it's like a computer. So like our brain is like a computer. So when you get into a computer, it is fast, okay? You got so much memory on it. You are just whizzing through everything that you want to do. It's really easy to get things done. You get on the internet, picture immediately loads, okay? As time goes on, you've had the computer for, months or years. The computer is slow. It is hard to do anything that you were trying to do because that memory is full. A thing that you can do is then get an external hard drive. You get an external hard drive and you take everything that is on your computer and you back it up. You put it over there and then you delete it off of your computer, and then all of a sudden your computer is running smooth again. It is quick, it is fast, it's like it's fresh out of the box. And then all of the information that was on it is still, you still have it, it's just over there. It's not clogging up like your day-to-day activities, and you can access it whenever you need. We are the same way. We have all this stuff that's going on, family, work, relationships, climate change, politics, like whatever it may be. There's so much that's going on in our mind that we can be overloaded and we start to like be kind of slow and unproductive in like our day-to-day life. And we can't focus on who's in front of us or what's in front of us because we have all these things that are in our mind. But when we journal and we write all of that down, we put that in like another place and we can come back to it later. And then we're able to be present. We're able to hear what's like happening. We're able to be productive because we're not overloaded with all like the things that are going on in our life. That is one way that journaling is really great. It's kind of like the brain dump. The other way that I personally use journaling is to manifest. Like I said, I have been journaling for a while, and one of the things that I've been doing for a very long time is just writing down thoughts and ideas of who it is that I see myself being and what I want to be. I oftentimes will just write it as though I'm already that person. I already have these things, like they're already happening for me. Or I will just remind myself of like DeJuan, like you've come so far. So because of it, you can have all these things. You've overcome all of these other challenges. You've been able to, grow in this way. So you're going to be able to continue to grow in the way that you want to. So like I will just use it to call forth like who I see myself being, and I will just sometimes just chat with myself and be like, listen, you got this. You got it. You can do it. You're strong. You're capable. You're able to do anything. Like you're going to be that person. You're going to. And when I look back at like my past journals, I see some of the things that I wrote that are now true. I remember writing back in high school that I was going to live in New York City and I was going to have an amazing wardrobe and I would be like walking down the street just like living my absolute best. I talked about how I was going to be one day talking to people and inspiring them and helping them live like a better life. I wrote all of that stuff in high school, and then now I'm living that. So the things that I am writing now, I know that one day I'm going to be living those too, because I write it consistently over and over and over. And when I have like lower moments, I go back and I refer to it. I'm like, yes, okay, yep. I remember now why I'm doing what I'm doing and who I'm doing it for. And who I'm doing it for is the future version of me. So get up, do this, do that, just do the things because you got it. You did it before, you can do it again. So that's the second way that I use journaling, is to manifest. When it comes to journaling, I think oftentimes people make it bigger and grander than it needs to be. And then because of it, they put all this friction between them and doing the thing. So then therefore it doesn't get done. So I'm just going to give you like some steps that I think can like be helpful if you want to start journaling. The first tip is to keep it simple. Oftentimes when I talk to people about journaling or they say they're going to journal, they're like, I need to go get the perfect journal. I got to go get the perfect pen. And then it's got to be the perfect time of day. The sun's got to be shining and I got to light candles and there's got to be birds chirping and it has to be incense. And I got to, have meditated and done yoga and like done all these things and like have had a bath with rose petals. And it's a 14-hour process to just go ahead and do the journaling. So then because of it, it doesn't get done. When I first started journaling, what I did was I would just pull up my phone and I would pull up the notes app and I would just start typing. It'd be like just a few minutes here and there. The way that I would do it, like I would do it. Why I'm laughing is because it's crazy the times that I would do it. It would be, I would go to the bathroom and I would just be on the toilet and I would pull up my notes and I would just type like what was going on while I was at work. Or I would do it when I was on the train to and from work. If I had a bad date on the train ride home, I would just go in and then I would be typing all of the things about the date that had happened. So I started doing it the simplest way possible, which was just to do it on my phone. Later on, I bought an iPad mini because I just like to write and I like to see my handwriting and things like that. And I wanted to be able to do it anywhere at any time. So having my iPad would make it simple. So I literally have it right here. I got years of journals on here just because I use it very often. My second tip is just to set a schedule. Like I said, I would just find times throughout the day where I would do it. I knew that on the way to work, I had 20 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to journal. Instead of like playing a game, I will just journal. So that's what I started doing. And then when I got my iPad, what I did was first thing in the morning, I would open my iPad and I would just start journaling. So I just made it like a consistent thing so that it wasn't a thing that I needed to think about or have to make it a big deal. It just became part of my routine. So by setting a schedule, like a specific time that you're going to do it, again, it becomes easy, becomes part of the routine, and you're more likely to go ahead and to stick to it. And then my third tip is just to do it. Again, don't complicate it. Don't make it hard. Don't put all these steps in. Find the simplest way to do it at the simplest time to do it and just do it. Even if it's like 1 or 2 lines, anything is better than nothing. Anything is better than nothing. Just go ahead and start. There were times when I was journaling where I would journal and then I would take months and months and months of a break, and I would come back and then I would start again. And then I noticed the difference between me journaling and me not. Like when I was journaling, I felt more present. I felt like I was checking in on myself, like I was good. So then if other people checked in on me, that was just a bonus, but I had already done it for myself. So just do it. Just find a way to make it simple, to make it easy, and you will start seeing the benefits. If you are feeling stressed, anxious, depressed, unsure of like what is next, like, or if you're just overloaded with, family pressures, relationships, job, politics, climate change, whatever it may be, try journaling. Just try it. Again, make it simple. Set a schedule and then just do it, and you'll start to reap the benefits. Because we are talking about journaling, I wanted to I'm laughing because I'm a little nervous. Because we're talking about journaling, I'm wanting to be vulnerable and actually share a journal entry and just give my thoughts and insights on that journal entry. So this is my journal. It's my iPad. And this entry is from July 8th of 2023. So I like to start with 3 things that I am grateful for. So first, I wrote the archery class with Josh. He's a friend of mine and invited me to an archery class, and I had a really fun time doing it. Second, this morning's stillness. My favorite time of day is morning. I just find it so peaceful. I love to wake up early and just lay in bed and look out the window, listen to the birds chirp. If the sun is shining, just kind of look at it and just appreciate like all the beauty and just the quietness before like the day gets started. Literally one of my favorite things. And the third thing is change and evolution. So for me, I am always looking to grow and to evolve and become my best self. And the fact that I am alive and I get to do that, I am grateful for, because there are many people who passed well before they had the opportunity to do that. So I just like to say that I am grateful for that thing. This is starting to feel like a Thanksgiving episode. I mean, it was just Thanksgiving. So these are the things that I was grateful for on July 8th, 2023. My journal entry reads, I'm ready to move forward. The past month, while feeling good, I have felt a bit stuck. I feel in a one-sided relationship, me having feelings and no sense of what they may be thinking or feeling. All I know is that this is not a space that I am staying in. If it is to be, it will be. I allowed myself to indulge in the fantasy for a while, and it felt nice, but fantasies aren't real. There's no substance, it's all filler and no nutrition. Right now, I am my focus. My happiness, joy, love, and care is my focus. I am doing things because they are right and best for me. I am back to being my top priority. 1 week ago, I was given a strong message, so strong that I felt sick to my stomach. Then last night, I had a dream about myself dying, so another strong message. I'm taking the hint. Time to move forward. I want to ask for help with this. My inclination is to hold on to things for too long, hurting myself in the process. Please help me move forward. Help me to see the signs and trust the wisdom of the universe. My instincts are correct. I trust them all. Following them will allow me to live my dream life, but also to help others do the same thing. So that was my journal entry. And the first thing that I want to say is it's nice to be able to read back and just kind of reflect on like those things. I know exactly the relationship I was talking about. And what I feel now, a year and a half later, is I don't feel those feelings. I don't feel stuck in that same way. I was in a one-sided relationship. Because again, I didn't know what he was thinking or feeling, but now I've made peace with that and I have moved forward. I like the reminder to be my number one priority, to like take care of myself first. When you're on the plane, they tell you to put your mask on before you put someone else's on. So I always find it important to help myself first, and then I am able to then help everybody else because I'm in a good spot. Another thing I wrote was just to like trust the signs of the universe. So I often call it, I say universe, I say God. To me, it means the same thing. But I know that, you know, the universe, God, is always speaking to me and always letting me know what to do. And if I can be quiet and quiet the chatter in my head, then I can hear the wisdom that I am being given. So, and I also wrote like, please help me, because I know that, you know, I am only able to do so much. And I want help and I want guidance from, you know, God, source, creator, the universe, to help me with that thing. And then lastly, that by following my intuition, I'll be able to live my dream life, and I'll be able to help others do the same. Like I said, I've been writing this for years, sharing with people the things that I'm going through, the things that I've learned. That's what I feel like I'm meant to do. So I've always felt that way. I wrote it a year and a half ago, and I got journals from, again, when I was in high school, where I wrote the exact same thing. So it's just nice to see like where I am the same and to see where I have changed. So this is my my journal entry. And I actually thought like this could be maybe a recurring segment. So if this is something that you would want to see, like me reading old journal entries and just kind of telling my insights on them, comment below if that is something that you would like to see, and then I will make it a recurring segment. That is today's episode. I wanted to share one of my favorite things, which is journaling. Like always, please like this video, comment your thoughts about journaling, if you've ever done it, what your thoughts are, what your thoughts about me sharing my journaling were. Share this with a friend. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. As always, I thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next Sunday. Take care.